YouTube, what's going on? It's your favorite Misfit, Misfit FM. Welcome back to your favorite station on YouTube, and I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. And once again, I know I said it last week, want to say it again. Happy New Year's. Hope the New Year's has been kicking off to a great start for you so far. Before hopping into today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, and also click the link in the description. It'll be a great support for me, and I greatly appreciate it. 2025 has kicked off into an interesting start. A lot of stuff has been happening, either in USFA or overseas. But here, I'm bringing you some good vibes. I'm here bringing you some Boruto content. Specifically today, we're going to do predictions for the upcoming Boruto chapter dropping later this month. Of course, if any news pops up, I would love to give you some, but I don't really have anything. There's nothing really crazy that's happened for Boruto news related. Obviously, last month was Jump Festa, a lovely festival that Shonen Jump and many other affiliates kind of go to. Much of Boruto content from there was just kind of more new illustrations of Boruto content. If I find any of it, I'll pop it up right over here. I haven't seen anything newsworthy to kind of really bring to you. The only thing I will say is that last year we had a TBV Tokyo financial report that said that by the spring of this year, or around that time, we should see some Boruto content or Naruto content pop out. Now, whether or not that happens will be dependent on kind of the studio. But again, I'm kind of convinced that they're just very focused on finishing out Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, and then once they're done that, they'll kind of focus more back on Boruto. But right now, that's kind of how I'm viewing it. No hate towards what they're doing with Bleach. Bleach is what they're doing that right now. It's super fantastic. Definitely would recommend checking out Bleach Thousand Year Blood War if you haven't. It's a great anime, and if they can do the same thing they're doing with that with Boruto, would love it. But right now, that's all I got for you guys for Boruto news. Kicking off predictions, I'm going to start off with one thing. I want to see Kawaki and Amado finally have a conversation. I know the last time we saw them at the end of the chapter, it looked like Kawaki wanted to pummel him to a blitz, and hey, he wanted Amado to unlock his powers. This is a good thing. I want Amado to unlock his power, but I also want some dialogue here between Amado and Kawaki as to why he kind of lied to him about the powers that he hid away from him, why he locked them up. You know, I want to see what Amado's quote-unquote thinking, but we never really know what the man is thinking. But just to see a conversation between the two while he's being threatened by Kawaki will be nice to see more in depth. I don't want one of those all-seeing stuff that happens and then Kawaki pulls up to a fight already powered up. I mean, that would be cool too. But I would love just to see Amado kind of discussing with Kawaki why he did not tell him about his powers. As we know with Amado, he's not one to reveal his secrets. And specifically when it comes down to why he did what he did with Kawaki, maybe we'll know, maybe we'll not know, maybe it'll be something we could learn later on. Who knows? But I would just love to see kind of a more fleshed out conversation. Even if it takes a good portion of the chapter to get to, I'm okay with that. I just want to see it go down. I don't think anyone else would knock me for saying this, but I think that Kawaki, seeing his evolution, seeing how they go about unlocking his powers, maybe if Amado has a shutdown code for Kawaki, which would be insane, but not really insane because Amado always thinks 2 steps ahead of all of us. Just something I want to see happen. Maybe next chapter, maybe 2 chapters later, just don't know. The way that they ended the last chapter, it would seem like they're trying to set up a lot of prominent moments that are going to happen in the following chapters. So I would love to start seeing some of those things start to come into fruition. Moving on, I want to talk more about Jura for a second here. And my second prediction, I want to have Jura, stop by the bookstore again, get some books, but this time around, maybe a certain former Sharingan user interrupts him and kind of has a chat with him, aka Lord 6 of the Hidden Leaf, Kakashi Hatatake. I would love to see Kakashi and Jura have a conversation. I feel like that would be a really unique conversation between a former Hokage and an OP Shinju. Why am I pushing for Kakashi and Jura to have a conversation? Well, the thing is, one of the prominent people that helped Naruto learn a lot about the role of a ninja was Kakashi. So for Jura, who's seeking knowledge and seeking more knowledge on the world specifically, I think Kakashi could be a best person to talk to. Obviously, if he was still alive as well, I would say Jiraiya, but Kakashi is someone who's been through the highs and the lows of the Shinobi Road and knows kind of how he envisions Shinobi as a whole. So if Jura ever wants to learn more about the Shinobi or just the world, I feel like Kakashi is a good candidate. Also mentioning, Ikimoto did say last year during his visit with Kishimoto in Paris that we should expect to see more Kakashi in the manga in the future. So this would be a great time to kind of mention and showcase Kakashi, and then this is the best way in my opinion. If it happens or not depends on what Ikimoto and his team wants to do, but Kakashi would be my perfect candidate to have a conversation with Jura in that bookstore setting. I would just love to see Kakashi, see how he's doing, how he's handling things, especially when it comes to what's going on with Naruto and how he's handling that. that, that'd be something to see. For my last prediction, I'm going to focus more on pretty much the Shikamaru Kaijin plan falling apart. To recap, Matsuri is with Konohamaru right now. Konohamaru is being watched over by the Sand Shinobi that are tagging along. Ryu is with Sadara and Mitsuki, and the plan is pretty much to take them out while they're separated. Now, could it work? Sure. Kaijin believes so because he kind of seen this as a scenario. Now, what will factor into it is a couple things. Number one, I gotta focus on Sadara because right now her head's kind of not right in the fight. She's clearly still thinking about the stuff that Summary told her about Boruto and also the whole love triangle thing. So she might be a little flustered in this fight. This is gonna be a fight that tells a lot. I don't think anyone's gonna die, but if someone were to die in this case, probably Konohamaru. He probably gets absorbed at the best. Because at some point, I don't think we end this manga without seeing what happens when someone's absorbed by a Shinju. Like, someone has to get absorbed just for us to see what happens. Not just the treification, but more so, let's say, if a Matsuri or a Ryu or Hidari or a Jura, what happens when they absorb someone? Like, do they undergo some type of transformation? Do they, do their appearance change? Do they get new abilities? I want to see what that happened. Obviously, the character in question is the kind of the key ball card. I know some people are also saying Gaara as well, but I think personally, I don't have Gaara dying here. I gotta go Konohamaru. He's just like the easy man out here. I mean, the whole point of when a character dies and it's a really prominent character is like, it's gonna make you feel some type of way. Whether you like it or you hate it, it really comes down to you. At the end of the day, the author is doing it for a purpose, and we just gotta follow the path and enjoy the story. All right, that's gonna do it for me, guys. So thank you so much for watching today's YouTube video. I hope you're enjoying your weekend or wherever you are in the world. We'll be back here next week talking about official sneak peeks that Ikimoto and his team typically drop before the chapter drops out. So hopefully we'll have some stuff to talk about with that. And once again, thank you for watching. Link in the description. Check me out on other socials. And I'll see you guys next week here on Misfit FM. Later, guys.